Welcome to another showcase video on JOXAM scripts. Today's video is about Missions Creator. In the general settings of the script, you can modify the language, logs, and other important things. Like some of our other scripts, Missions Creator also comes with Nexus. Nexus allows you to easily share and import missions you have created. There are statistics about like, dislike, and success failure, and a mission tracker where you can track any active mission any given time. Now we create an example mission to show some features of the script and how they work. First of all, we have to give the mission a label, description, and some other basic options. You can define any amount of players. Keep in mind that the mission will always be the same. Each entry gives an example tooltip so you can easily figure out how things have to be configured. Additionally, there are blip and marker options where you can configure them to fit your server. If you don't know IDs or model names, then you can simply click on the link or button next to the option. We provide some links to help you find what you want. For markers, the options are not much different from our other scripts. We will go with some basic settings for now. Once we create the mission, we can start creating the stages, tasks, and what will happen on the beginning and end of each stage. To create a new stage, we just head over to Setup and click on the Create New Stage button. On the right side, you can give the stage a title and a description. You can use it to evolve some sort of story or storyline. Max duration defines how long the players have time to complete the stage. After giving our first stage a proper background story, we can start setting up the mission. We first decide what happens when the stage is started. We will start with the truck first. To spawn the truck the player will drive later, we have to select Spawn Entity and Chords. The naming is up to you. We will use something that can be easily found again later if needed. For the entity, you get a selection what type that entity is supposed to be. In our case, it's a vehicle. Keep in mind that you cannot change it later. Some useful information while setting up your missions. You can always spawn the vehicles you want to use in the mission to place them properly within the mission. Now we use the Spawn Entity and Chords event to spawn Jerome, the main character of this mission. This time we select PED instead of Vehicle. The only thing changed compared to Vehicle is that we can give armor and a weapon to the PEDs we create. After placing Jerome, we can now start on setting up the tasks. Tasks are all the things the players have to complete within a mission. You can add some optional tasks too if you want to. Our first task will be that the players have to talk to Jerome to get the location they have to visit. So we will use the Talk to PED task and adjust all the input fields to our liking. There is no restriction on how many things Jerome can tell. We will go with 3 messages to use them for some backstory. You can define rewards for the completion of tasks if it was a difficult task, for example, or if the item you get as a reward is later be used in this or a follow-up mission. Now we let the player enter the vehicle. The configuration is really simple, just a label, a description, and the vehicle the player has to get in. Now the naming from earlier is relevant. After the player entered a vehicle, we consider this stage as finished and create a new one. Just like we did in the first stage, we have to give it a label, description, and a time limit again. We start the stage by sending a message to the players explaining why the location is already pinned on the map. For the tasks, we just let the player drive to the location. Since we can't go there at the moment, we just use our current chords and adjust it in a few. After a little bit of fast forwarding, we can now adjust the chords we configured a few seconds ago. The radius defines a circle you have to enter from the given chord. We add a plot twist here now, and since we don't need Jerome for that, we can delete his entity on stage start. We use the survive attack now to give the player a scenario where plenty of enemies are in front of him, and he has to survive for a predefined amount of time. Since it's about drugs, the enemies will be cops. You can define how long the players have to survive, the max enemies that can exist at any given time, their appearance, peds, and what weapons they can have. After selecting everything, we just set up the spawn chords for it. With that task, the mission is finished. We can use the stage end to clean up the entities and to give rewards to the players. If you don't want the players to see how things disappear, you can add another stage with the task leave area to lure them away. Thanks for watching the video. Now you see a preview of what the mission we just created looks like.
Perfect. 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 Perfect.